Hi guys! We had a great time in San Antonio. We checked it out. And I guess I should also fill you all in on our travels. A little bit of history lesson on this family. We relocated from Seattle back in 2019 when DC got a job in Wisconsin. Everybody knows what happened in 2020. So just as we got settled in, just as the kids started school, March 2020 happened. I do not need to explain more. So most of our time in Wisconsin was spent in pandemic shutdown mode. We did start out really well. We got a year pass to the zoo, a year pass to the science center, the aquarium. We were ready to roll and have some fun in Wisconsin, Milwaukee area. I think we used our year pass in all those places one time. Although they did extend our zoo one, so we did go back a second time, right? Was it a second time or a third time? Second time. Oh, we went 3 times to the zoo. Not only did the pandemic shutdown happen, we were actually bought a lot and we're gonna build a house. And the day that we were gonna make a final decision and we had plans all ready to go, I was working on the plans actually, the final plans, and about to send it over to our builder when DC let me know that day that he was let go and shut the computer and had to have a change in plans. We think life's gonna go one way and it goes a different. So that is what happened. During that time, DC was working hard, doing his own work, making money with that smart brain of his. If you know anything about the stock market, it was very healthy somehow during the pandemic COVID era. That happened. He went through many interviews, and we were renting because that was our temporary living situation. The landlord decided to sell the house we were in. So once our lease came up, we needed to move. What did that mean? We needed to find a new home. And in Wisconsin, a rental home is hard to come by. Not easy. We decided to pick up and leave the state. Since DC was basically remote, we decided to check out some different areas. Our first area was Tennessee, and y'all saw what we did there. We had a blast. Tennessee is gorgeous. It is beautiful. I didn't know Tennessee was so beautiful. Did you guys? Everybody's listening to my story. Was it interesting?
It's very human.
We were in Tennessee in both June and July, so we were there for a while, and yes, we felt the humidity, but it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. If you ever have a chance to visit the Nashville, Tennessee area, that's where we were. Beautiful. If you like going on trails, hikes, such, gorgeous, just beautiful. So basically, since we left Washington in 2018, 2019, because 2018 was when we put our house up for sale, so everything went into pods. We've been living temporarily. That's a long time. It's 2022 right now. We lived temporarily for the year of 2018 while we were selling, moved to Wisconsin, lived temporarily. Now we're in Tennessee in 2020, checking it out, seeing if that's where we're gonna call home. While we were in Tennessee, DC gets a job offer. He was interviewing for a job in Ohio. Lo and behold, they recommended him to the office in Wisconsin. We headed back to Wisconsin, got the kids enrolled in school, and the cool thing about that is we were living in a hotel. So we had no residency, but because the kids had gone to school previously at this particular school, they were grandfathered in, and so our high schoolers were able to enroll and do virtual. Very, very awesome, and really helped. All because of Annabelle, because Annabelle was going into her senior year and got grandfathered in. Kaylin was starting middle school, but because the high school starts at 7th grade, and goes through high school, she also was grandfathered in. So the 3 kids were able to do remote, which was really, really cool, and completely remote. And so all of their classes were online. And the little kids, I continued to homeschool. So we're in Wisconsin, school's going great, everybody's remote. DC is remote still because of COVID. So we just thought, eventually he'd be in the office in Wisconsin, but we thought, hey, we've been in this hotel for 3 months. We're having a lot of trouble finding a house. We actually did make a few offers on houses, but everybody knows the market in 2020 to 2022 at this point. It's crazy. So we decided, hey, we hadn't seen our family in years, since 2019 when we left the West Coast. So let's go on a road trip. That brings me to everything we've been doing up to this point, where we decided to get back onto YouTube and document our travels for ourselves and for anybody that wants to watch. We headed out of Wisconsin, headed to Washington, our home state. We had a great time with our family there. Actually, that's where DC and I both mostly grew up. And from there, we headed down to Oregon and to California, which you all were a part of. Now we are in Texas. We did go to Colorado before we went to Washington, again, to check it out for a place to settle, to buy a house, because at that point, DC was remote. And we got the okay. We left Wisconsin in October thinking that we could be remote. In December, we found out that they wanted him in Wisconsin. So all of our searching was done. While we've been in Texas, we found out that we can be remote Central East Coast time zone. That cut out Colorado immediately. And Tennessee we really, really loved, but the holdback for Tennessee is their real estate went crazy. Everyone from out of state, California, maybe just the West Coast and East Coast, they drove prices up insanely. So the area we were looking at just, woo, Spenciano. So that brought us to Texas. We're going to the major cities to check out which areas we like better. Houston we nixed just because the humidity factor. It is humid in Texas, but it's even greater in Houston. So that's bye-bye. We have been in San Antonio, gorgeous, beautiful. We've looked at several houses and properties, and it is on a maybe. Now we're gonna head to Dallas. That's where we're headed right now to go check out the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Hopefully by the end of this trip we will have a conclusion. If not, we will continue our hunt. Right now we are travelers. We have been traveling the United States and temporarily living since 2018, and we are ready to find a place called home. Now, that being said, I still believe home is where we are. So wherever we go, that is home. We just want a permanence, so we're not picking up and leaving all the time. So that's the journey that we're gonna be on, and we'll take you with us as we search for where we will settle, whether we find a home, build a home, or what. At the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. We're on this journey for a reason. Life happens for a reason. Always look for that personal growth. Always look for it, because it's there, always, in every experience. Right, DC? Apparently, today is BTS Day. DC, Megan, myself. Anyone else?
Annabelle's hat.
Annabelle's hat.
Caitlin's hat.
Caitlin's hat.
This hat. That's just on the seat.
That hat. The car. Yes, we are an army family. All right, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my long-winded explanation on where we've been, how it started, and our journey ahead to look forward to. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.